Hey YouTube, I am inside or underneath the dashboard of a 2005 BMW 325xi E46 chassis. Today's job is replacing the blower motor resistor, or otherwise known as the final stage resistor on these things. They're known to go out and cause the blower motor to run kind of at erratic speeds, or in this case it has a random draw where it'll actually turn the blower motor on when the vehicle is just sitting here parked and kill the battery. So we're gonna get to it from under the dashboard here. First step is to remove the glove box. So there's a few screws here. There's normally a Phillips screw here, a couple of Phillips screws under the glove box. They'll need to come out. When you open the glove box in itself, there'll be a few more here, and a couple more. There's one right here and one on the opposite side that we can't really see. It's not in focus right now. That's right here. That will need to be removed. And we'll also need to remove these struts or straps for the glove box. So this one's pretty easy. You just pull the pin out and out it comes. Same with the other side. I'm gonna remove this glove box strut or support, whatever you want to call it. Just get a claw tool like this and pull the pin out, and everything should fly out if you do that correctly. I'll make note that the screws holding the bottom of the glove box door are shorter than the rest of the screws that hold the rest of the glove box in. So just keep that in mind when you're putting it back together. Short screws go here on the bottom hinge. All right, so once you get those 4 screws out, these hinge plates come out. And from here, you should be able to pull the glove box door out, assuming you got these other upper screws out. Actually, that doesn't matter. The upper screws don't matter for getting the door out. It's just that hinge. With the glove box door out of the way and all of these screws removed, one here, this whole unit here should just pull out. So should be able to pull and release it. From here, I'll unplug the iPod and get its wiring out, and we can now remove the wiring for the light and the rechargeable flashlight if equipped. So that wiring just kind of goes around the glove box opening like so, and is easily pulled out. It's got the factory iPod adapter just kind of sitting in here. So I'll unplug that and move this gigantic piece out of the way. So with that piece out of the way, we have this final piece that's kind of covering everything. You'll see there's a footwell light here that'll need to be unplugged. So it just comes out like so, and I believe this should just pull right out. You don't have to manipulate around the console here, but it should just slide out. There's some hooks that hook it onto the back side there. That's the hook that hooks onto the back side of this guy right here, to the point where we can almost see the part. See if I can get you a good view here. So this is a flap actuator. We need to get this out of the way, and as you see right here where my finger is, right there, there's a T20 Torx screw. That screw comes out and this unit slides out. And then on the blower motor final stage relay, there is another T20 Torx right here that you'll need to remove. Unfortunately, I can't have the camera in the spot there while I remove it, so that's what we are looking at. Those two. We'll get this guy out of the way. Okay, we got the screws loose, so this guy should just slide on out. Oh, the wire loop's caught on it here. So just do what you can to get it out of your way. Okay, so I've pushed the actuator out of the way, and what we're looking at here is the back of the final stage resistor. There's a tab here that needs to be pushed towards the firewall, and when you're pushing that, you should be able to pull on the final stage resistor to get it out of there. All right, so I've got my cat's claw there, so pushing up against that lever, you should just be able to sneak it out after that. So that's why I keep the connector connected, so that I have a little bit more leverage on the final stage resistor. As we can see, this is the original BMW part number. The date coincides with the build date of the vehicle. It's never been replaced before. The original unit was made by Bear. This is the one that we procured from FCP Euro. Pretty decent quality. Haven't had any issues with these ones. So there's that. Pretty much looks identical. This one has a little foam gasket, where the original does not. Interesting. Slight differences in build, but like I said, I've had pretty good luck with these. If you want to stick with the OE, get the BMW for original equipment or Bear. I think the Bear units nowadays are made in China, so it's one of the reasons why I went with this unit. This one's still made in Germany. Okay, so this is slightly easier going back together. So once we get it in place here, we just push it until it snaps in place. Sometimes easier said than done. Definitely easier not having the camera in the way. Okay, as you can see, I've got the new one pushed into place. So now what we'll do is we'll put the screw back into the flap actuator here. All right, here's a great view. So make sure the actuator slides into its little slot right here where my index finger is. Install the T20 torque screw right there. And there's the other one that's on the bottom here that we showed you earlier. I believe that's the hole for it right there. Tighten those two down snug. We want to make sure as we get this hook back behind the console here. So we might have to slide the panel in, and this part also goes to the ductwork here. So you're gonna have to finagle with that a little bit. So what I did is sort of got that all lined up, and then I went ahead and pushed this. So there's a hook there that needs to line up. Where is it? Right there, you can barely see it. There it is. That needs to line up. And then this hook right here needs to line up right there. So make sure those two hooks are in place. Get that light plugged in, and we can move to the other glove box piece. Okay, I got this vehicle's iPod connector back in place. Now we just need to get this guy ready to go. So we'll need to take the wiring and plug everything back into place. Okay, so as you can see here, I've got the wiring for the light hooked up and routed. So I'll just give you a little view of the routing of the wiring. This is the one that goes to the rechargeable flashlight socket if you have it. And then this one's got an add-on BMW iPod connection. So I went ahead and connected it to its module, which just lives up there. Next step is to slide this piece in. There's these fingers here that hook into these plastic bits here, notches. So we'll slide that in, making sure to keep the wiring kind of from getting pinched in here. So once we get these fingers at the bottom lined up, you can start moving, pivoting this guy up until it slides into place. It should more or less slide right into place here. If it doesn't, then that means you've missed something. Should slide into place. Your bolt hole should line up. It's looking all right here. So your bolt hole should line up. All right, so now that we've got all the screws put in, we can go ahead and just line the glove box up and just get it fastened into place for the time being. So once you just line it up like that, you can just snap it into place. At least that's how I like to do it. And then from here, you can put these hinge covers, or hinge, whatever you want to call them, back in place here. Notice that the slots are elongated. You can use that to adjust the glove box opening so that it's nice and even. So, you know, put these in loosely, hold the glove box door to where it looks good, and then tighten the 4 screws. Now you can put the pins in for the strap. So just line it up with the hole, push her through. So that's the first one. And then do the same with this one here. So once you get this pin put in through the hole, you should do a functions check before you put the dash back together, which I did, but forgot to film it. So we'll just see that we've got all our fan speeds. And make sure that now that the vehicle's woken back up, that the glove box light and everything works as it did prior to taking the vehicle apart. Anyway, that's how you replace the final stage resistor on one of these E46s, left-hand drive anyway. If this video is helpful to you, please click the like button. And if you'd like to see videos like this, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.